All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to take a look at the AliExpress holiday season, Christmas season, gift season sales. Just like all of them, they got these discount codes. All the codes are different depending on your area, but the more you spend, the more you save. So let's start off. We've got about 12 rods, 12 reels, and a bunch of random stuff. All right, the first cab off the rank is this Far Ocean Tribe Creek Dance. Now, this has been out for a little while, and I've been a little bit tempted to get it, but feel a little bit guilty getting this knockoff Creek Dance. I mean, obviously, aesthetically, it's totally different. It looks very cool, but it has the same name as the Pure Lure Creek Dance. $40, 25 shipping, 65. It's I wouldn't say it's a good deal, but if we have a look at it, there's a few different rods. There's casting and spinning, all shorter, you know, the typical sort of like 5 feet, 5, 6, 6 foot. And these are ultralights. And let's have a look at the casting weight. I believe a very sick looking rod, to be honest. Like, yeah, really nice looking rod. Casting weight 1.5 to 8 gram ultralights. So there is that rod there. Let's look at another one. Now this Semrio, I've bought some Semrio products, and I'm pretty happy with the quality for the value for money. Like $28, what's that? Like 18 US dollars, free shipping. This isn't exactly a BFS rod. This is a longer rod that comes in both casting and spinning. I'll have a look at the casting weight on that one. It's a nice looking rod, and I'm sure it's definitely value for money. Much better than Segaliang or whatever. It's a 4-piece travel rod as well, and it has a casting weight rating of, I believe, something like 4 to 14 grams. So, you know, power BFS, I guess you could say. So that's definitely worth a consideration. Really good price there. And there's another Semrio rod. Again, telescopic rod, very cheap, $34, 1.8 meters and 2.1 meters. And it's nice. They've got the casting weight here. So let's just check if this longer one is the same. Guides. It doesn't. Yeah. 7 to 21. 7 to 21. Let's see if this 1.8 is a little bit less. It is also 7 to 21. So definitely a heavier rod. But yeah, a nice budget travel option. Looks cool, and I'm personally not into telescopic rods, but for those that are, you know, this is pretty cool. It's got this obviously this butt extension that you can put in there if you really wish. But yeah, there's that rod. Another telescopic that popped up that looked like it was good value for money. I'm seeing a lot of these Fishing Fans branded rods. Are they like the new sort of Mavlos or whatever? Like, I think they look like they have quite a few nice products, and this rod definitely looks very nice. $36, free shipping, 2 to 8 grams or 2 to 10 grams on the slightly longer version, both casting and spinning. You know, it's a cool looking rod, and it's probably worth a try for that price. Again, another Fishing Fans rod, similar to this one, although it has this sort of like a wood in the middle there, more or less the same price. 5 feet and 6 feet. And if we can get a look at the casting weight, does it have it here? If not, yep, there it is. 2 to 8 grams and 2 to 10 for the longer one. I think it was the same as the previous one. So yeah, another option that is very budget friendly. Another one, Fishing Fans. Saw a lot of these. So what is this? This is a 7-piece. Let's have a look here. 7 sections, and the longer version, the 6'5". So the 5'5" ultralight comes in 7 sections, and the 6'5" medium light one comes in 8 pieces. Wow. $70. I mean, yeah, it's a little expensive, but I'm guessing there's not a ton that shrink down to this size. So, you know, that might be an option for you guys. And look at this. You pay about $11 more, something like $8 US more, maybe not even that. Probably a little bit less than 7 US, and you get a case. Look at that. How good is that? Whack that in the car, whack that in the luggage, in the backpack. You could take it to work. You could tell the boss it was a, I don't know, You got a mouse and some USB sticks in there or something. That's pretty cool. Next one is another Fishing Fans travel rod, and it also comes, it looks like all of these ones come with this hard tube, which actually looks pretty cool. It's got, you know, a leather look patch on there, and it's got this really nice chameleon kind of colored. Let's see if we can get a closer picture of that. Let's see if we can get, we'll scroll down, we'll have a look. Let's see if there's a close up. Come on, baby. Okay, yeah, connected to the bag. It's a very cool looking case there. You can get a little bit of a better look. Kind of looks like the abalone shell inlay that is on the Surinoya Clever. And we'll have a look at the specs here. 2 to 12 grams for the 6.6, and there's some longer models. Wow, 7.6 as a 7 to 20 gram. Okay, so that's a little bit on the heavy side, but yeah, definitely interesting. Maybe something that I would try in the future. Maybe, maybe not. Another one, this rollfish. Okay, now rollfish have a few interesting models, and a friend of mine from the BFS Finesse fishing page and the Australian BFS fishing page on Facebook has one of these models, not this model, but another rollfish rod, and he's really happy with it. So I thought I'd roll the dice, and actually bought this one maybe about a week ago. It hasn't arrived yet, but $25, a couple of dollars shipping, super cheap. Comes in up to 2.4 meters. Let's have a look. This is like a medium light, I believe. It looks really sick. I mean, there's tons of rods that have these carbon fiber butts, but you know, for this price, it's definitely worth a try. 4 to 35 grams. Look at that casting weight range. If that is accurate, that is absolutely awesome. And the grip, it's got a nice tapered grip. Looks sort of relatively long. The guide count on it, not that great. Maybe it's better as a spinning rod. Does it have the guide count on here? No, it doesn't. It has only the cast. It has the spinning picture here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guides. Kind of lacking. Hopefully that's the 6-foot model that they're showing there, and the longer models have more guides. The $25, again, it's worth rolling the dice. Looks like really good value, and I'm sure the quality will be good too. The Sigma 2, as I've said in previous videos, I've got the, I think it's the 4.7 or 4'9" one. Do they have that here? No, they don't. But yeah, it basically looks just like this. Yeah, I've had that for maybe 2 years, something like that. Probably paid at least 150 for it back then. And now I've ordered the 7.3 ultralight, and that was from 1111, and still waiting for it. But this price is really good. This is definitely like $100 rod. Nice action, medium fast action. Just feels absolutely quality. The components are quite good, and yeah, it just looks super nice. It's got this kind of galaxy colorway on the blank for the first foot or so after the nut here, and yeah, I think for this price, a lot of people should just jump on it. Yeah, it's really good value. Definitely for that price, could be the best rod in that sort of price category. And that, in my opinion, this is the other rollfish rod that I was mentioning previously that my my buddy got. It's a fast action rod. Comes in shorter lengths, split grip. So I'm personally not a huge fan of short rods with split grips. Maybe it's good for a kid or something, but seems like a little bit impractical. But did I click view more? That's view more reviews. Have a look here. We'll just double check the casting weight. If it says it here, 1.38 meters to 1.8 meters. So I believe that's like 4.6 to 6 feet, 1 to 9 grams. Fast action. He's really happy with it, and the guide count is quite good as well. I believe, I don't know if this is the short version or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hopefully that's not the 6-foot version. 8's a little bit lacking for 6 foot. I like to see 9 or even more. That's pretty rare, but yeah, definitely worth a look. $25, and you know, a couple of bucks shipping. Definitely another rod to consider. This rod here, I've never really been too interested in it, but I think I get the impression they're trying to clear out this rod. Again, really cheap, especially for a pure lure rod. I think this rod has been out for quite some time. But yeah, basically it's a trout BFS rod, 1.4 meters, 1.57, yeah, spinning and casting. I'm not a huge fan of the look of it. It's got micro guides by the looks of it, but yeah, it could be worth a look. And I mean, pure lure, you know, like under $60, it's going to be a good buy. Another pure lure rod. Now this isn't a BFS rod. This is a heavier rod, 8 foot, 8'6", and 9 foot medium. And this is actually in spinning only. But if you're looking for a land-based rod for saltwater fishing, this is a really sick looking rod actually. And obviously Pure Lure, happy with all their products. No issues with that. So this is kind of like a plain black rod, and it's got a nice grip on it. It's kind of like a monocoque butt, and it's got yeah, sort of like a carbon grip. It's not rubber or EVA or cork or anything. And the casting weight on these bad boys are 7 to 32 grams. So pretty much exactly what you want for some sort of like light tackle, saltwater land-based fishing, you know, off the rocks, off piers, that type of thing. So that's a pretty cool rod, and I may consider getting that in the near future. Okay, the Creek Dance. This rod has also been out for quite some time. The first rod that I showed you stole the name from this rod, and it was, you know, I think it was around maybe $120 once upon a time. Then it floated back down to this kind of price. Then it went back up. Now it's back down to another good value price. So I have the, I believe it's the 5.6. Is it the 5.6? Okay, so all they have is the 5.1 spinning, casting 5.1 4-piece. That's what I have. The 5.1 4-piece light. I reckon this rod kind of feels more ultralighty. It's definitely a slower action rod. Definitely, you know, BFS orientated, sort of a trout kind of rod. But yeah, it looks beautiful. It's actually got this very similar and possibly the same blank as the Sigma that I showed you earlier with that Galaxy Blue colorway. I compared them side by side and they virtually look identical. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same blank and it's just the real seat and the grip here that's different on the two rods. All right, next one. I think we're done with the rods. This one I personally do not have, but 117 gram reel. You know, I can't say for sure if this is a, you know, it's going to be a good quality reel. I mean, visually it looks very nice and it's 117 grams, but, you know, you're always rolling the dice if you're sort of like the first one to really try it out. There's no reviews from reputable sources or anything like that, but looks like they got up to 3,000 size for $62 or $45 for a 800 size. Shallow spool, looks really good. I think they have, do they have dual handles and singles? Yes, they have, it says single rocker arm here. So there's both the dual arm or the twin handle, whatever you want to say, and the single one. So I thought for that price, that looks quite interesting. Surinoya, what is this model called again? They've got a nickname for it, the Hurricane, the HE50 Hurricane. Now this reel has been out for a long time, and you know, you're not going to be bombing 1 gram with it or anything like that. But if you're looking for this kind of aesthetic, it's definitely a solid reel, solid caster, mainly for, I would say, you know, 3 grams and that type of thing. And the price is pretty good. And Surinoya, they never fail. Like the rods, the reels are, yeah, they always tick the box for me. I think Surinoya is like the Shimano of AliExpress fishing. Got another Surinoya product here, the Metis. Again, I don't have personal experience with this, but for $37, I think you probably can't go wrong. It's a little bit of a heavier reel, 8 kgs of drag for the 1000 model. Let's just see, they are 4 kgs for the 1000 and 8 for the 2000. So it's a little bit of a heavier reel, kind of like a medium spool, but very affordable, and it's a low risk option, I would say, if you're looking for a versatile spinning reel, something that's more general purpose, I would say. The Surinoya Freer. Now this is a newer product from Surinoya. They got 3000 and 2500S. For those of you that don't know, the S on the end of the reel size just means shallow. So hopefully the picture shows the difference. Oh no, okay, yep. There's the S. They're both the S. Okay, they made a little bit of a mistake there. That's exactly the same reel. And then you got the 3000 M. I guess that's a medium spool. 8 kgs of drag, 4 on the smaller models. I think this 3000 Freer would be pretty good. It's a new product. I mean, maybe the price will come down in the future, but I've seen some reviews and it's definitely solid. So if you're looking for a plain black reel, that could be an option for you. Okay, another Somrio product. Now this matches those. They got a bunch of rods with this kind of galaxy colorway, like a Black Knight 2. I've ordered this reel, and actually this is not the best price. I believe I got it for something around 28 Aussie. So this is a lightweight reel, 120 grams. Not too sure, you know, what it's going to be like in terms of the quality control. And this is a slightly deeper spool by the looks of it, just from that image there. It does, obviously the shoulder there is not the spool, it's the spool here, but maybe perhaps it looks a little deeper. I'm not too sure. It's got a conical line guide, 5+1 bearings, so it's low on the bearing count. No doubt the handle knobs don't have bearings. So yeah, there's 4 bearings for you that you could add onto there if you really wanted to. But yeah, I think this is definitely worth a try, and maybe at that $28 price mark, which is about the same as the CISO Cast X. I believe I did see that for $28 the other day, maybe even 26 actually. You know, I'm looking for that next budget king. So, you know, people I know that are, you know, hesitant to get into BFS fishing or whatever, I can say, hey, try this reel out. It's $28, and there's little risk for them. That's a double up on that other lizard reel that I had previously. Okay, I also ordered this one, $25, free shipping. You know, it's not a light reel by any stretch of the imagination. 160 grams, 6 bearings. And we'll take a look at the it's got the conical line guide. Oh, it's got a T-shaped line guide. That's very good. That may aid in casting performance somewhat. Well, it will aid in casting performance, but whether it's noticeable or not, that's debatable. And it looks like it has, you know, well, that's just it's got a fairly deep spool. So I guess, yeah, this is more of a power BFS reel. I'm probably going to throw this on. I'll probably throw it on the Surinoya Alpha Eging, the 8-foot 3 to 12 gram model. So I can, you know, put some maybe slightly heavier line on there. And just in case to get that bigger fish, you got that 6 kgs of drag, and you know, we'll see what happens. Maybe it is a budget, the new budget king, maybe not. Next reel, Handing M1 classic reel. Everyone says it's great. I personally haven't used one because not massive into spinning reels, to be honest, but very good value, and thought I would just quickly share that with you. Next reel is another reel that a few people have been talking about recently, and that is the Bear King. What is the nickname of it? I forget. It's on there somewhere. It's got some kind of like gimmick nickname. Assassin. Yeah, it's the Assassin. Yes, the Assassin. Man, look at this price, $30. I've heard that it's, you know, it's not the best reel for that price. I mean, you know, you're kind of splitting hairs, but it is very solid for that price. And the good thing that this has over some other reels is that there's some bigger options. So we've got a 6K, 5K, 4K, 3K. So if you want like a 4000 size reel with a, you know, power knob that doesn't break the bank, $33. Like, pretty good if you ask me. Definitely worth it. All right, and we're done with the reels. We'll get into some tackle. These Jonku Aging jig heads, I got a bunch of Jonku jig heads. So this one here is kind of better for bottom contact fishing. So if you're casting on the edge of weed beds and that type of thing, this shape of the head here sort of promotes the hook to be in the standing position somewhat, kind of like on a 45, not exactly like a Ned head, but something like that. And you know, you might even want to paint these. Looks like a little eye here. You could probably easily paint these yourself if you wanted to trick it up slightly. But the gape on these hooks is quite small, so it's good for some finesse baits. So you can put some, you know, lower profile, smaller baits on there, and you can also go a little heavier, because typically if you go to say 1/8 of an ounce or above, you're looking at a size 2 or larger hook. Whereas these, I'm not sure exactly the hook size. If I was to guess, I would say at the absolute biggest, they're a size 4. They may even be smaller than that. I've never measured them up, but you know, just by eyeballing them, I would say if there's a 6 size, I know there's 4s and 8s. If there's a 6, maybe it's about a 6. So you know, a few bucks, can't go wrong with that. Next one is another Jonku. Well, these are the same as the Jonku jig heads I may have here. All right, yesterday, I've got a bunch of these, but yesterday I saw the price and thought, yeah, let's order more of these. Like, you can get a 10-gram one with these tiny hooks. So, you know, if you're fishing in, say, saltwater, it's a little deeper, heavy current or whatever, but you still want to fish the bottom with a certain sort of profile of bait, but you need that extra weight, but you don't want the hook to be too big, then these are a great option. But when I try to order these, for some reason it didn't allow me to order them. So maybe with this specific deal, it won't ship to Australia. But that's why I had this one. I noticed this one here, it's a little cheaper, and they seemingly have all of the same weights, but it's only for 4 pieces, whereas the other one's for 10 pieces. But this one will ship to Australia. So that is that one. Boom, boom. These Jonku plastics, I ordered a bunch of them, 4 different colors. I ordered one, and then I ordered another 3. One of them came today, and that was, I believe, this colorway right here. These are pretty much a knockoff of the Z-Man Slim Swims, the 2.5-inch paddle tail soft plastic. Absolute classic, probably the first paddle tail soft plastic that I ever bought, with the grub being the first one. But I really like this color, which is kind of like the bad shad. This one here is like the calico candy color. This one here is, I think, baby bass. And they've also got a bloodworm type of color. So yeah, if you guys are into Z-Man Slim Swims, very popular soft plastic in Australia, this could be good. 6 pieces for $2.50. So in Australia, we're paying, I believe it's, is it 8 or 10 pieces per pack? And we're paying around about $11. So this is definitely, you know, good value for money. And I did give them a stretch, and it seems to be TPR. They don't, well, it says it's TPR here, but yeah, gave them a stretch, and it's, you know, they're not ripping on me or anything like that. So they're a pretty good knockoff of the Z-Man Slim Swims. Next one, Surinoi Lure Box. God, I'm saying it with a bit of an American accent. Lure Box. That's how we say it in Australia. Lure. Yeah, double-sided, foam on one side, and on the other side, it's got places to put your plastics, your, you know, your cheb weights, your hooks, whatever you want. I thought, yep, that's a pretty reasonable price. So yeah, I definitely recommend those. These tungsten, I guess you would say they're kind of like cheb weights, but they don't have the where you sort of, where this section bites onto the line, and you can adjust the height of it. So it's not really a cheb weight. I guess it's just like, well, a tube bullet weight. Now, because they're tungsten, they're more dense, so If you want to go a little heavier, they are a little smaller than their lead counterpart. And I think you get sort of like, well, I don't know with this particular shape, but when it comes to jig heads, you definitely get a little bit more sensitivity out of the lure when you're sort of bouncing it on the bottom and that type of thing in a tungsten versus a lead. So yeah, this is sort of the technique that I use. You can either clip it onto the snap, or you can put it on the line and have it running. You can put it on top of, have a bead here at the knot to protect the knot, and then have it running at the top. And it makes for a very good mostly a bottom contact type of presentation, but you could swim it as well if you really wanted to. Not optimal, but it's there if you wanted to. A few more to go. These looked really sick, and the price is very nice. Now, no doubt these are a knockoff of something, and I'm not sure what it is, but I'm pretty sure it is. And it is a, what would we call this? A silicone bait lobster shrimp rotating double tail sea fishing accessory. Basically it's like a craw, and it sort of caught my eye. The color is cool, but yeah, I think the thing that does it for me with this one is that it's kind of ribbed. Now, I'm a big user of lure scents, so the ribbed thing kind of attracts me because it seems to hold the scent better, perhaps. But I thought, that's really cheap. Maybe someone would be interested in that, and it's 10 pieces as well, so super cheap. These ones I do have. Now, I bought a 6-pack of these maybe for like $11 during 11.11. That's when I first noticed them. So they weren't super cheap. They were kind of like $2 a piece, but now we've got $1.10 a piece. And fun fact, I ordered, I believe, this color right here, and they sent me 6 different colors, and I put in a dispute saying, hey, I ordered this color because 3 of the colors I really sort of didn't like and wouldn't have confidence in. That one looks nice. That one, not so much. Pink is okay. Yeah, that one looks cool, but I don't know if I'd use it. Same goes with this one. But this one here is probably my favorite. This one and maybe this one. And $1.10 a piece. I'd say maybe they're a little bit on the not fragile side, but they could probably be easily bit off, or at least I haven't fished it enough to say for sure, but I think those feelers and stuff, I just kind of got a vibe that they may be nicked off pretty easily. But $1.10, and this one says $7 shipping. Okay, so that's where they've done the little trick here. Instead of $11 for 6 with free shipping, they've put it down to $1.10 and jacked up the shipping. So yeah, you may want to search elsewhere. I'm sure there's other sellers of this product, or perhaps even in the same store that has, perhaps it's slightly more expensive with cheaper shipping, something like that. But I thought that would just be an interesting lure to show you. These John Koo, I forget what these are called. Z-Man has one of these, but yeah, these are a TPE. They are 7 centimeters. They're quite large. The body of them is on the bigger side. I would say it's far bigger than like a 2.5-inch grub. It's probably about the same height as the Slim Swim, the Z-Man Slim Swim, or that lure I showed you earlier. But yeah, these are definitely stretchy and have some good swimming action. You can use them on the bottom, or you can swim them. Pretty versatile. I have them in this color right here, and just the other day I tried them for the first time and caught a little pinky snapper. And last one is the line, the Sembo 13 strand line. I have this line, used it, I wouldn't say a lot, but a few sessions with it, enough to have an impression on it. And I definitely like it. It's not stiff, it doesn't have too much coating. It's hard to say whether or not the color will stay, but it's promising so far. And it's just got this really sick, like a teal kind of color, just like the Vervis Trout Finesse X4. So yeah, comes in 0.8. I mean, some people you know, want to go smaller diameter than that, but I personally like 0.8 for most applications, unless I'm, you know, specifically spooling up a reel to cast very light. But if I'm throwing my typical sort of like, you know, 3 to 8 grams or whatever, then I use 0.8 Go braid. And yeah, pretty good value for money. Free shipping, $11 for 150 meters, and it's only $2.60 more for an extra 50 meters. So yeah, that's definitely value for money. You buy 200 meters, split it in half, you can do 2 reels with that one, or you can just keep it and respool your reel at a later date. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. That was the AliExpress gift season sale. Hope you found something in this video interesting. Drop it down below. What did you find in this video that was interesting? What are you going to be buying? What have you bought recently? Got any sort of hidden gems or products you don't think I've spoken about before that I might not know about that you'd like to let me know about, so we can share it with the viewers? Yeah, that'd be awesome. And drop a like, and I will catch you next time.